Hi there. Have you ever rushed to fill a sales vacancy and got it all wrong? Bad interviews, even worse candidates. And then a month after they join you, you start wondering what on earth you've done? Yeah, I know, we've all been there. In fact, most owners of small and medium-sized businesses, not to mention sales managers and directors, have spent dozens of sleepless nights worrying over why their new sales hire isn't working out and what they're going to do about it. My name's Keith Wymer. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and in the last 25 years I've hired over 1,000 field sales and telesales people. And at first I used to get it wrong, badly wrong. That's how I ended up writing my 1-hour video course entitled How to Hire a Salesperson Successfully. It's aimed at getting rid of all the mistakes that we all make when we first start hiring salespeople. To give you an idea of some of the horror stories I've endured, there was the salesman who ran off to France with the company car on his first day. And then there was the industrial psychopath who worked out how to double bill our clients and put the extra money in his own pocket. Not to mention the dozens of poor souls who I shouldn't have hired for sales roles in the first place. It wasn't their fault. They were just never going to make it in such a tough environment. So eventually I woke up, battered and bruised and a lot poorer. And I decided this couldn't go on. So I sat down and worked out some solid strategies to maximize the chances of hiring the right people in the first place. And then I set out more strategies to help me move on quickly if I got it wrong. Let me explain. You see, when I looked at what I was doing, it turned out my recruitment style was totally haphazard. I was a sales-focused business owner, not an HR professional. Frankly, my terrible sales recruitment record was mostly my own fault. It just took me a while to figure it out. I needed to build a plan to maximize the likelihood of hiring successfully and to minimize the risk of getting it wrong. I needed to nail down exactly what I was looking for in a salesperson and what I was going to measure them on. I needed to clarify average order values and product mixes and lots of other things that I wanted back in return for hiring them. So I ended up with a checklist of more than a dozen elements that I could weave into a job spec so that I would be clear about what I was doing, and therefore so would they. You'll be able to build your own checklist by adapting the information in How to Hire a Salesperson Successfully to your own needs. Then I had to get all the systems and processes that were in my head and formalize them. Things like who was going to generate the sales leads and whether my new hire should do business sales plus account management or just new business. I learned over time that there were dozens of small details to work out in order to hire a salesperson successfully, from how much discount they were allowed to offer to how I wanted their names to look on their business cards. Next up, I had to work out how to create a salary and commission package that would allow me to entice the best-selling staff away from the biggest companies. You can learn how I achieved this in the course. 25 years ago, I couldn't make up my mind about whether to hire someone recommended by our accountant, for example, or whether to advertise in the local paper, or whether to use a high-priced recruitment agency. I know exactly what to do now, and I'll share that with you in How to Hire a Salesperson Successfully. I also had to learn to interview better, both first and second interviews. The kinds of questions to ask, what I was looking for in a salesman or saleswoman, and how to gauge their hunger to join me. Later, before my new hire joined me, I learned to build an induction plan including training milestones. Have you ever heard of those? You'll learn about them on How to Hire a Salesperson Successfully. And then I needed to work out the balance of product training versus sales training and how to go about implementing them. Finally, just in case, and because I didn't want to get burned again, I decided to work out what to do if I got my recruitment wrong. When to call it quits and how to go about it. You'll pick this up too on How to Hire a Salesperson Successfully. I've launched this training as a 1-hour video course accessible on your desktop, tablet or phone. It's already priced low at £50, but for the first 100 people who access the course this month, I'm offering How to Hire a Salesperson Successfully for a massive 40% off. That's just £30 for 1 hour of data-packed sales recruitment knowledge based on my 25 years experience of hiring over 1,000 field sales and telesales staff. And before you commit yourself, you can even preview the course free, so that when you're ready to buy, you'll already have experienced the course's terrific value. So don't spend any more sleepless nights tossing and turning over your sales recruitment decisions. Grab your course with the 40% off and pay just £30 right here, right now. See you on the course. Bye.